Today is going to be a first impressions video on the house of Dries Van Noten. Dries Van Noten. I love these videos. I love getting new things and I love trying them out. Let me know if these videos are helpful for you guys, if you guys like first impressions, if you get anything out of them. But yeah, so I wanted to show you the presentation. Whoa, it's always that white. Okay, so I did a short. This one is open, but I also wanted to show you the way that it comes packaged really nicely. And I guess I'll just go ahead and unpackage this one. So there are two. The first one is Selection Malacase, Malaqais, Malacase. This is the one that I opened, and the one that I did not is called Selection La Cienega, and I think the La Cienega is lighter, so this is the one that I'm going to actually try first. Okay, so even when we open it, there's more stickers, so it's pretty securely packaged. Let's see. Here's the zipper. I'm trying to there we go. All right, so here's the slide out. There we go. And there's a card. So here's the samples. The card, what it does, it just gives you pictures of the bottle and also just a quick description of the notes that are in each fragrance. And these bottles are what got me. I feel like I've heard of one of these fragrances, the Soie Malacais, I think that's what it's called. But I started looking them up, and all of these bottles, they're unique, and I think that some of them are very beautiful. So yeah, let's start with this. The first one is called Jardin De L'Orangerie. Let me stop. Garden, orange flower, orange garden. Okay, we'll just say it in English. So there's orange blossom and sandalwood in here. And what's I think is good to note is that the samples are clear. It's just the background that has the design of the bottle. So it's a good way to keep things organized, I think. I'm really sad about the dabbers. I wish there were sprays. I do have to say, when I did order these samples, there were two. You had an option to get 2 free samples. And these ones actually come in a spray. I wish they were all like this, but let's see what this orange garden smells like. I'm gonna have to put these on skin, which is okay. I'm gonna put this on my hand here. So orange blossom and sandalwood. Trying to see if I can smell anything right away. Okay, definitely get some orange blossom. It's a sweet orange blossom, it's very floral, very botanical, sweet orange blossom. Green, a little bit green too. Okay, so I think I'll move on because I want to make sure that the video is not too long, but I also want to try to get some of the dry down, or at least the mid, you know, as these fragrances are, as we're doing this video, as they're drying down. Yeah, so very floral, very floral sweet orange blossom with some green in there as well. Nothing woody at the moment, but we'll come back to it. The next one is called Neon Garden. I think this is kind of pointless to do this with these. This writing is pretty small, so I think you're gonna have to trust me. This is Neon Garden, so it is this one here. The first one was this one here. So Neon Garden has mint and iris. Let's see. Gonna put it here. Just trying to show you. There you go. Okay. It's powdery. Definitely powdery and dry. Let's see. And okay, kind of in the back. Let me smell it again. I got the mint a little bit. It's not prominent. The thing that is most prominent is the iris. Let's see if I get anything else. There's nothing spicy. It doesn't feel necessarily like a floral iris. I mean, like an orris. It's not, I said that backwards. It doesn't feel like a lot of floral iris. It actually feels kind of powdery, like an orris root would be, because it's dry. I noticed that iris, when it's an iris, the actual flower, it has a clarity to it. It has a brightness to it. And this is just very, very powdery, okay? And the mint is just kind of, it's subtle, okay? It's kind of in the back of your nasal passages. Mild sweetness. Oh, and the mint is coming out a little bit more as it dries, okay? So that's Neon Garden. Let me go ahead and move on to the next one. The next one is gonna be Rosa Carnivora, and it's rose and vetiver. And this is what the bottle looks like here. Ooh, that ring light is bright. But yeah. So this is the third one that I'm pulling out from here. And I'm gonna put it here. There we go. Okay, so I think this one has a more of a mixture. I feel like I get some vetiver right away. Let's see. The rose, I feel like it's a red rose. It's a fresh red rose. Again, some floral sweetness, and there might actually be a little bit of iris or something powdery in this fragrance too. I know vetiver can be green, it can be smoky, give a dry feeling. Nothing green. I feel like there's iris in this one too, unless I'm smelling the Neon Garden. Let me smell it again. Definitely more minty, but still the iris, the orris is still there. And let's get the orange and Santal. Very floral. It's still very prominent with the orange blossom. I'm noticing these are really, clearly they have a lot of flowers and natural things in them, but they feel very natural. They feel very natural. Okay, just the rose, I feel like it's a little bit powdery. I'm not getting much vetiver, not yet anyway, so I'll let those rest. The next one is gonna be Raving Rose. So this is pepper and rose, and it's a pink and red bottle. And it's coming out of here. Ooh, that's a little fruity. It's a little fruity. I think pink pepper can be fruity. In addition to a little spicy, I think pink pepper can have a little fruitiness to it. And sometimes roses feel a little fruity to me as well. So this one makes me smile. This one is like fruity rose, definitely. Nothing peppery right away. I don't feel a spice. I don't feel a pepperiness. I think this is my favorite so far. This feels more like a bright summer fragrance. It's speaking to me right now, more so than the other ones. I do love an orange blossom, but I feel like I have a lot of orange blossoms. I don't feel like this is standing out to me right away. And the iris and the mint, the neon garden. Maybe I'm getting more of the floral iris now. At first it was very powdery, but now it's brightening up with the mint. That one is interesting. And this is that, oh, there's that vetiver. Getting more woody now, for sure. That vetiver and the rose. Definitely coming out. Let's see. Okay, that is still kind of fruity rose, like red fruits and rose, okay? So the next one is Santal Greenery, and this is fig and santal. So it is this bottle here. So here. And I took it out of here. I feel like I'm gonna go ahead and put it here in the crook of my arm. So fig for me, I know it can be pretty hard because it can have a coconut, like a milky texture to it, a milky feel to it, and a coconut feel to the texture of it. And sandalwood can be very creamy as well. So I wonder if that's why they put these together. Could be a good mix. Okay, that's nice. In the beginning, it's fresh. It's really fresh. I want to say fruity, maybe juicy. There's a fruitiness to it. I haven't ever had fresh figs before, so I can't compare it to that. But it definitely doesn't give that milky, coconutty type fig that gives me a hard time. So this one is actually nice so far upon, you know, first application. That's nice. Clearly I'm gonna have to let it dry down, but that is really nice. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give this about 15 more minutes, maybe half an hour to let them dry down properly, and I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. So some interesting things have happened. This orange garden is you still get the orange blossom, but it's creamy and it's sweet. So it's a creamy, sweet orange blossom, not botanical anymore. It's not like a fresh picked flower off of a tree. Definitely, I think there should be some vanilla in here. I'll put the notes up. I'm sure that they're on Fragrantica, but this is truly a blind sniff. The only notes that I know are the ones that are listed on the cards. So I do think that there's some added sweetness, maybe from some vanilla, and I do think it is definitely a creamy sandalwood with that orange blossom that's dried down. So this is really, really beautiful. Really, really nice. This one was the, let's go to the Neon Garden. This one is here. So this was the mint and the iris. So I said in the last clip that I felt that the orris feeling, the very powdery feeling, was becoming more floral. And I think I take that back. I think it's more, definitely, I think it's orris. I think it's very powdery, and that mint, it's very faint. It stays in the back of your throat or the back of your sinus passages. And I have to be honest and say it is a little bit sweet, but that's really all that I'm getting from this fragrance. I don't get a whole lot more, maybe a little, maybe now I'm getting a hint of pepper, possibly. So that is the Neon Garden. It's like a fuzzy feeling fragrance. Okay, the next one was the Rosa Carnivora, and this was the rose that had the vetiver. and it's definitely more woody. This is definitely a woody fragrance in the dry down. The rose is still there, but it's taken a backseat. It's well blended. It's there, but this is definitely more of a woody fragrance. Green too. It's a green vetiver. Okay, I don't get any smoke or anything from it. So it's a rose with a green woody vetiver smell. Okay. The next one was the Raving Rose, and that is pepper, pepper and rose. This one, I think this is probably my least favorite. It still has a brightness to it. I don't necessarily smell fruits anymore. That sweetness, that tartness that I was getting, the fruitiness that I was getting from it. It more smells maybe a little more acidic now. It's definitely still a bright fragrance rose, definitely a fresh rose, but there's something vinegary about it that I don't necessarily like. So, that one I'm not really feeling. I think that's my least favorite so far. And the last one is the Santal Greenery. So this is fig and this is Santal. And it's definitely a fresh green fragrance. Smooth. I think all of these are smooth. There's nothing harsh except for this one, maybe on the dry down in the fragrances, but they're all well blended, I guess I should say. This one I feel like is the most faint. I don't get a whole lot of projection. I feel like I have to, but it could be because of all these smells. I might need to give it a fair chance on its own. But during these first impressions, what I get, yeah, is definitely a greenness, but it's not just vegetal. I guess like a slight fruitiness. I'm trying to see if I want to say woodiness. I don't necessarily get wood from this fragrance. It's just, like I said, it's a subdued green. It's not like you just picked some stems or some grass or something, but it is green. It's not a bright green, and it has the subdued fruitiness as we go along. So those are my first impressions of the La Cienega collection. Again, with the beautiful bottles, but none of these, I don't know. This one is very, very, it has my attention. The orange blossom, the creamy orange blossom has my attention. I'm going to have to try it out a little bit more. Don't know if it's a love, but it's definitely a like, and I want to explore it more. The others, I don't know that I'm too interested in applying them again. That's it for this collection. When I come back, I'm going to do the selection Malachase.